Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a tropical podcast where, we're just two dudes sharing, talking about things we like to share and talk about. This is Shannon and Leonard. Before we start, we just want to give a, special shout out thank you for our new found subscribers, the ones that we have been notified anyway. They are Sway, Timmy Carl, thank you so much for your comment with Sky Jackson, Alien Pikachu, aka Vanessa, David Ricky. David, please don't dislike our podcast, please. And Dress Dune. I think Dress Dune was the first one ever.
The
So
first
yeah,
subscriber, yeah, I think so.
I think Dresden was the first known subscriber. Yep, yep. So yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for the subs. Yeah, we love you, I guess. So weird. Anyways, moving on before we get all awkward, emotionally attached. From my end, we'll be discussing about our most memorable top five mobile apps. It doesn't have to be games. It can just technically be any like lifestyle app or yeah, literally any app that you think is memorable. I think after that, Leonard will be discussing about the whole chess thing that's happening with Charlie, what penguin OZ. Oh my god, sorry. Today I choked on some rice, and so I think it's still stuck in my throat. But yeah,
Rice? You got choked
yeah.
on rice?
Anyways, I guess we can start with my memorable app first. Probably in my list of top five, it's not like it has there's no order whatsoever. So there's no like number one or number two. It's literally just a list. It's not like in any order of sorts. The first app that I want to talk about, I think you already know. I think we've tried it before. I think during our senior high school days, if I'm not wrong. I don't know if I invited you to play it or I did mention it, but we never did. It's Space Team.
Oh, this, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we played it
Played it.
before, right? I think we played it in biology class,
Yeah,
I
we did.
think, with Martian and either Sanji or what is it? Oh my god, oh
I
my
think
god,
it was
Sean.
Sanji. I'm not sure if Sean ever played it with us. I don't have.
Okay, probably it was four of us,
Uh,
yeah. If that's the case. Yeah, so basically just to give what Space Team is all about. Space Team is just kind of like a co-op game where basically it's you technically you're in this spaceship kind of thing with lots of like handles that you have to put that you have on your side, and your friend has their own kind of list of handles and buttons to push. But then they don't know what to push and you don't know what to push unless instructed by each other. But you think it's easy, but as time goes by, the instructions that they tell you to put are will go with like symbols instead of just wordings of, like, for example, power Jeep. It just becomes like a square. So you have to kind of describe the button that you want your friend to push, and you have time limit as well. And I think I discovered this app actually from Jenna Marvels. I remember, I think she mentioned it a few years back when I think she was listing some games she was playing or something like that. But yeah, I got around to it. I downloaded it. I played with literally all of you people, my close friends in high school, and to this day, I still think that was one of the best like games I've ever discovered. See, like I really, really somehow thank the gods that I managed to
like
discover
the
this
gods.
app. Even though I don't play it
Uh,
anymore, I still think it's one of the best to me.
Personally.
Yeah. And then for the second one is I don't think it I don't think it actually I don't think it's actually available
Like
anymore
you
as
can
in our
download it.
region.
Is that what you mean?
I think it's not available in our region in Indonesia anymore. It's 8 track.
What is that?
8 track, do you
I
know?
don't think I've heard of that before.
8 track is basically, if I'm not right, it's kind of like Spotify,
Oh,
but
eight.
it was more
Eight
of,
track. Oh,
yeah,
I've used this
eight
before, I
track.
think. Yeah.
The number 8 track. Yeah. I remember I was so into that because I think when I was in my Kuroko no Basuke crazy fan obsession phase, I remember like always trying to find people's specialized like playlists that they've put together based on like the relationships of the characters. You know, some people put a
Okay.
playlist and then it's like Kuroko and Kagami's game music, what winning songs or something like
Uh,
that. And then like I always play it in my head. Like I always listen to it while I'm studying for chemistry. I remember that.
wow.
Um, specifically, I think I've discovered and also kind of like developed my love for chiptune and 8-bit style music. Literally chiptune, just the chiptune
I was
itself, and
about
also
to
kind of
say,
edited.
like my primary, 'cause like I said, I've also used this app before as well. My experience with it. So
Uh-huh.
your experience with it was mostly just using it for chemistry, like chemistry studying or something.
Yeah, I use it to study for
Yeah.
chemistry. So I put it on while I listen to like people's
I
playlist,
used
selected
this like
playlist.
during, I don't know if you could call it like an emo phase, but like this was when I was like, yeah, I was also introduced like to a lot of chiptune songs from here as well. But I also like listened to a lot of like those weird, um, like slow British rock songs.
Oh,
Brit
British
rock,
rock
yeah,
songs.
like it's I most
Like what? The Wombats?
um
That's pop. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. But
I
yeah,
can't
what?
remember specifically, but they were just like a compilation. Because again, I don't pay attention to any of the songs that's mostly posted on 8 tracks. It's like randomized.
Yeah, it's like white
It's just
noise,
what
when
just
you're
put
doing
in the
work.
background. But like
Yeah.
I always like actively look
Mm.
for like Brit rock on like the search thing, like the tags thing on the top, and also like a lot of like
Mm. Yeah,
video
yeah,
game
yeah.
songs, like chip tunes, and like I think I think I was also introduced to like Ujiko from here as well, like Snail House.
What?
Snail House.
Yujiko? Oh. Is it the
Yeah,
snail
Snail
house
House. I
thing?
think I
The
was
snail.
introduced
Oh
by
yeah,
this
yeah,
app
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I think for me, it was just yeah. Other than like Kuroko no Basuke, mine was actually also for chiptune music, right? Because I think in a way I discovered my love for chiptune music. Like I knew I liked chiptune music since I was young, but I never realized there was actually a term for it.
Mm.
So now I just tell people like I like 8-bit music because of that. And I think 8-track was actually the reason why I got my first Samsung Note phone.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I remember I was still using BlackBerry when we were still in high school, like grade
Blackberry.
11, I think. Yeah. And I remember I vowed to myself, no, not vowed, but I was like, I don't want to use Android. I don't want to use iPhone. I just want to go stick with my
Really?
BlackBerry. But then, yeah, I remember. But then I remembered like, somehow I wanted to try this 8-track app, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy an Android and just test it out with 8-bit, with 8-track, and that's where it all started. But yeah, sad to say, like I don't think it's available in our region
Why?
anymore. I think it's available. I have no idea, honestly. I think Spotify at one point wasn't available in our region
Oh
either,
yeah,
right?
that's
If
true.
I'm
Or
not
maybe
wrong.
maybe it has something to do with that. Okay.
Maybe licensing or something like that. But you can't actually download the app anymore. I think if you search it up on Play Store, it's not there anymore. But if correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can actually still listen to it using your laptop.
Oh.
But I remember the last time I actually used it, it kept like crashing. Like every time I was listening to a music, it would cut halfway, and then
Oh.
I had to keep reloading it for it to start. And yeah, it just got annoying to the point of like no,
Like
I
it was
can't,
just
I,
not
I
worth
can't anymore.
um
Yeah.
like not worth the effort of
True.
just trying to listen to things on on an
Yep.
app.
So in the end, yep. So in the end, I just use YouTube now. Like I just make it as like a white noise on
I mean,
YouTube. So
there's
that's where
plenty
I
of
learn
things like
about
that again
podcasts.
nowadays, like the well, again like chill songs to listen to while studying or shit like that. Like that. That is like
Yeah, yeah. And I think the highlight for me was that I think 8-tracks. I don't know if it was 8-track, but I think loosely based on it through 8-track, I found my one of my most favorite 8-bit channel ever. Shout out to Kralez from YouTube. In YouTube, like he's the best to me. Like I've commented on his videos countless of times, and every time like he posts a new video, I get so excited because it's like, oh shit, like a new playlist I can listen to. Now I think he's not so much online anymore, but yeah, every time he does, it's like a gold day for me. Like I struck gold.
oh, does he like
So
put like random songs like that?
yes, yes. So it's basically like for me to discover new chiptune songs. I didn't know how to discover it other than
Oh,
8-track,
I
right?
see.
So I think I found it through him. Yeah, and now kind of more or less like whenever I want to listen to chiptune song or new chiptune songs, I would go to him for like updates.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's 8-track. Do you have anything for 8-track? No.
Nah, not really. I mean, like I said, mostly
Okay.
used it like during my quote unquote chiptune emo-y phase.
Right,
But
right.
like other than
Oh, so
that,
true.
I don't really have any personal strong feelings regarding it. I mean, I remember it, like you
Okay.
mentioned it, and I was like, oh right, that's like it's stuck in my head, that's for sure. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think I have any particular strong opinions regarding it or anything like that. It's like, yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think my sister introduced it to me, and then that's when I was like, oh shit, I have to buy a Note because I need to buy a phone like a Android, just so I can download A-Track. I remember that. Okay. So the third one on my list is I think it's a new game actually. It's called Bakery Business 3.
okay,
I personally don't actually like mobile game apps as much as I should
uh,
probably. So it's very rare for me to actually play mobile game apps. But
bakery business
recently, ever
three.
since yeah, Bakery Business 3, ever since the whole like quarantine and like working from home kind of
Uh,
thing, I've been playing this whenever I was free a few weeks ago. And I shit you not, I almost like obviously I think in the near future I might, but I almost wanted to buy this game just because it's so relaxing to play. Like I know it's like you're any other typical like you make a you're a baker, you bake breads and you sell it, and then like you wait for it to get ready in the oven, and then people buy it from you and you click pay, and then you get money, you get tips. But I think something about the visuals of the game
uh-huh. Like it
is so
resonated with
like
you.
yeah, like it's so aesthetically pleasing. I think like I don't know why, but it just looks so good. And then like the bread selection that they have in the
Yeah.
game looks so good. And like honestly, I don't know why, but like I actually was so like immersed in the game of bakery that I was like, should I make a bakery for myself in the future in real life?
Oh
Like
my god, what is
which
this game? I actually have no idea. This is the first time I've heard it. It's
it's just a baking kind of like selling, like put it in the oven and then selling it to
yeah,
customers.
but like it made you.
I was obsessed with this game like for a few
I mean,
weeks ago,
it made
and
you
I
even
and
go to the point where like you wanted to open your own bakery store.
because I think it's like it was so homely. Like the game itself is so homely, like your cafe is not it doesn't look like a pretentious rich corporate cafe. It literally is just like your side kind of side job cafe and stuff like that. It honestly it inspired me to continue with this one story that I've been thinking of for the past few years. And then like when I played this game, it reminded me of that passion I had for the story, and I was like, wow, I love this game.
Because I thought when you were gonna talk about like video games, sorry, like mobile games in specific, I thought you might be talking about like really interesting puzzle games or like
Like yeah, like Ark
yeah,
Knights
like
or
or
like
yeah,
like
or even those
Raja.
like gacha games like Ark Knights and whatever. Because
Yes,
like I remember for
yes.
me personally, oh actually I'm gonna talk about it later. But yeah, like
Sure.
um I was thinking of maybe some kind of more like almost like a transcendental experience with like a mobile game. But then I keep hearing, and then I heard like when the actual app you're going to talk about was Baker Business 3. I was like, wait a minute,
Dude,
no way to fucking do
I
this.
was it was so soothing. I don't know why I like the gameplay so much. It intrigued me. I went to the creators website, right? I think it's their name, if I'm not wrong, it's Living Code Labs. Actually, I think it's two brothers
Oh,
who
okay.
who made it. Yeah, so it's like it's their own like independent game, I think. But for me, what was it? I saw their other games. Then like it's weird, but like I know they have other games, and they had Bakery Business 1 and 2, right? That's why they have a
Yeah.
third one. But when I saw the pictures of Bakery 1 and 2, it didn't struck anything in me. Like it was just to me kaya, oh, okay, I guess, but I'm not gonna play it. But somehow for Bakery Business 3, I was like, I think I want to pay them. I
Get
want
this
them to have my money. Like it made me think I should support them because this is actually a really good game.
It's amazing. This is the first time I've ever heard anyone say like, because don't get me wrong, like I understand people who pay like for like games, right? Especially those like very addicting ones, like the gacha games and whatnot. But like this
Yes.
is the first time I've ever heard anyone who wants to pay for like a baking game. Like no shame to you or whatever, but like I just personally found it a little weird and like I wouldn't say.
Dude,
I won't say concerning,
yeah.
but it's like, really?
Dude, you have no idea. Like the funny thing is that for this game, I can actually play it for free. Like I can continuously just play it for free. Because the thing is, like unlike any other games, their ad revenue, like their advertisement like pop-ups are not sudden. It's like the only way you can actually watch the only way you can actually watch advertisement or choose to watch advertisement is when you want to speed up the baking process,
Okay.
and then you click on the oven, and then the oven like you watch a few videos, and then your bakers your ovens gets like fast forward to like probably 3 more seconds.
Oh, okay.
So that so watching the videos, watching the ads is by your choice.
Uh-huh.
It's not like suddenly it appears out of the blue, or like you misclick something, it appears, you know. And I think
But the thing is that the time taking is still like,
no, the time taking is like it ranges from the type of breads or types of cakes, types of muffins. But it was like, if I'm not wrong, the longest I have to wait is only like 15 minutes
oh, okay, so
or
it's
20
not like
minutes.
really particular long. Because I know there are games out there that's like, let's build this building. It's gonna take like 3 fucking days, and then if you want it to be
Exactly.
quicker, you have to pay this amount of money.
Exactly. But this one, no, this one was just like 15 to 20 minutes. And even if you don't want it to be taken that long, like you don't have to choose that type of bread to make. You choose a faster type of bread to make, which I thought was like, wow, like they really don't care about the ads as much as I thought they would.
Ah,
And like I would willingly watch the oven, like watch the ads just so I could like somehow help them. That's how much I love this game. I don't know why, but it was just, and I was like thinking to myself, should I just keep playing this game like it is now, or should I just just fast forward it and just pay it full
full
front so I
price.
can just enjoy it without feeling like I should be paying for this,
Uh,
or like I feel like I want to pay for this. I mean, they have some features that you have to pay to unlock, but it's like it's not anything requiring for you to advance. It's just like new recipes, new cakes, and then like just for you to add another oven, for example. Like it's like little
little
things that
small
like
stuff.
yeah, like you have to really be dedicated to it to pay it. It's not as if like you cannot live without it, gitu. But yeah, I freaking love Bakery Business 3. I mean, I eventually I kind of like died the hype after like a week of playing
Mm.
it, and I've uninstalled it, but I wouldn't mind installing it again and playing it. Like I swear. I actually wanted to create a PayPal just to pay these two bros.
My God, dude, I didn't expect this. This is like, okay, out of like the first two one was like, okay, like those are decent. Like especially eight tracks. Like that, I can feel that on a personal level. It's like, oh yes,
Yeah,
I've gone through
yeah.
that phase. But like, but like this bakery business one was the most unexpected choice you had all like throughout this list.
I honestly think you should try it, and then maybe we can have like one podcast, like one of my segments just dedicated to us discussing
I'll
it.
try. I'll think about it.
I mean, if you find it interesting, but if you, I mean, I guess for different people, different strokes, right? It might not be something
Yeah,
for them, but I
definitely.
don't know why, but it struck something in me, and I liked it so much. Yeah,
Okay.
aesthetically pleasing. I think, yeah, the next one on my list is called Lovebyte. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
Love bite.
This one is a sad story. So you know how there are some mobile apps for couples, like the ones like where you keep like like messaging app, or like notes or something for
Okay.
couples.
Love's bite. Is it? What is it?
Lovebyte. So Lovebyte, like
Okay.
kilobyte, but Lovebyte. I actually used this with Yehez
Mhm.
during high school days. And I loved it so much because it was so personalized. And then like the if you see on Google like the what is it, the icons of the girl and
Mhm.
the guy, it's so personalized. So like I could talk to him online in the message there with him, and then like I have my own emotes and whatever. And then like there's a notes that you can share with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you can share a timeline. You can upload pictures. Um, pokoknya it's basically like a kind of like a small app for 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 your own space with your loved one.
Okay. So I'm looking at the like the the description of the whatever archive they have left about this particular app. And to be honest, I
Yeah.
can't see myself, like I can't see you particularly using this app. Actually, that was a surprise. This particular app is a pretty good.
Really?
I did not expect you to like talk about this. And I was like, oh, like, this is it's so personalized. It's like, look at this. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, it was so like for me honestly. I think there was a time where I tried different apps with Yehez, right? I even tried one with Amelia, but it didn't work out. Like not with me and Amelia. Amelia and I are still together, but as in no, I mean other apps that I've tried with Amelia or Yehez. It was just like that. It wasn't. I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't any personal touch to it. It felt more corporate.
With Amelia.
Yeah, with any apps that I've tried using with Amelia and Yehez. Oh, right. By the way, for those who are not sure of what's going on, Amelia is my good friend. We're not in like a three-way party relationship or anything. Just an FYI. Amelia is a very good friend of mine, very close, best friend, my best friend, and so we tried this out, for friend stuff, for shits and giggles. Yehez is my boyfriend, and yeah, no, yeah, we're mutually exclusive. Okay, so basically, here's the thing. I would often write little notes in this app.
Okay.
Not yes, me. I would write like thank you notes or like appreciation notes or like memory notes. Like today we went to.
Oh, so those okay, so those are the things. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I did it with the app because the app had some notes like feature where you can put notes and then like for you to take note of it. There are also notes where like for me it was notes because we did LDR, right? So there were notes like of points. Like I put points in my notes of what to talk to what to talk about with Yehez that day. And Yehez has his own section where he puts like his points of what we talk about.
Okay.
It's very structured. I'm sorry. It's very like it's very sappy.
Yeah, it's
But
very. That's why
basically
it is very sappy. That's why I was like, what? Shannon using an app like this?
the shitty part was that if I'm not wrong, there was this one time where Lovebyte was like, there was an error with Lovebyte. They said that, what is it? The app is not working anymore, something like that. But Yehez and I still had the app, so I wasn't sure of what was going on. So I thought like, oh, maybe it's just an error fix, because like the messaging thing was also an error, right? So I thought it was just an error fix, and I still had my notes with it, right?
Mhm.
Then one day I found out, like when I opened it, all my notes were gone. I couldn't log in.
Oh, okay. So I guess they like closed down the servers.
Basically, the developers or the company that made Lovebyte, the owner, like the what is it called, the parent company of this developer of this company, they were if I'm not wrong, they were acquired.
Okay.
I think there was some change of like corporate structure or whatever. So basically, Lovebyte was shut down and the server was closed.
Oh,
And I was like,
so basically
so
this acquisition just made it so that they didn't want Lovebyte anymore. I'm guessing.
probably so basically the parent company got acquired. So this one as a subsidiary probably was let go,
Okay.
or like wasn't tended to anymore. And also basically all my information, all my data, all my notes, all my timelines, all my like milestones of the relationship, all of my discussion, all of my pointers with he has gone. Fucking gone. And I was so sad because I cried and I was like, so okay, I'm stupid, but like I even went to Yes like, then what happens to our relationship? What is this? And then
Oh
and then he
my
said, what do you mean? And then no, it wasn't more of a breakup thing. No, it wasn't a breakup thing. It was just more of like, so all
Of course
four
it is.
like
Of course
4
it isn't a
years.
fucking breakup. But the fuck that.
No,
My God, Shannon, dude.
so I raised the concern of like, so all these years, like our 4 or 5 years of memories, just gone like that.
Uh,
And then he was like, chill. I'll try to figure out a way. I'll try to
oh,
talk. Like
Mr.
I'll try
Yes.
to. I mean, he tried to contact the people. He tried to develop. He tried to like I think commented on their Instagram because they had an Instagram page, or he tried to email them.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever replied back.
Oh,
And like when he researched about it, that's when he found out that the servers were closed down. We can't get it back anymore.
oh, that's unfortunate. But
And I
man,
was
so
so
yes, coming to the rescue. Too bad.
too bad. What? Too bad.
Too
What?
bad nothing came out of it. Like, cause I think the company was just they're done with the with the app.
It was so sad. It's. I mean, like honestly, actually just wanted my files back. I just wanted my notes back because like there was at least, if I'm not wrong, like around 3 to 4 years worth of memories. I remember. Okay, this is like TMI probably, but I remember the first few dates. I would actually write down like notes of how it went down, and now I can't remember anything because I poured it all on that note. But I guess that after that loss, I thought to myself, you know what?
After
I
that,
can't, I can't, I can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, I'm still in a relationship with Yehez. It's not as if it's gonna change anything. But I mean, like, it would have been nice to just see the progress,
uh,
right? Like, sometimes I just like to look back. But yeah, it's sad, but I thought to myself, like, you know what? It's fine. I can make new memories anyways. Like, it's not a big deal. And he also reminded me that it's like, it's just probably another way for us to just make new memories. And that's why, to this day, honestly, I haven't tried any other app anymore.
mhm.
Because I
You're
fear for
afraid
my,
that like if the company gets like taken over again, it'll just fucking
yeah, I don't want to be attached to another app like that anymore. But
yeah.
I have to give this a mention because this was one of like one of the biggest app deal that I've ever like had with, other than Bakery Business 3, by the way. I just wish that if Lovebyte was still here, I would have probably like donated a lot because they did a lot for me. So sad it's gone, but yeah, I mean that's a one mention. Yeah, and I think the fifth one probably is very generic. It's standard actually. It's called Colornote.
Colornote?
Yeah,
I don't think I've heard of this one
it's
ever.
it's basically just a note keeping app.
Mhm.
And I've been using this since ever. I know that Samsung probably has its own built-in notepad or something
Yep.
like that, but I don't know why. I just didn't like the IU. IU?
The
No, I didn't like the
UI.
UI. IU is a singer. I didn't like the UI. And then I thought I just wanted a simple, like, sticky notes, right? Like sometimes for just notes, I prefer to write it in sticky notes than Word itself. I don't know why, because Word feels more like serious and whatever. Sticky notes is just like note here, note there. And I wanted the same feeling. So there is Colornote, where it's just a basic note app where you can keep tabs of everything.
Mhm.
What I find cool is that you can change the note colors. So like there are 9 colors for you to like what is it, customize your notes.
Also, it's
And
basically
they
like
have an archive.
like sticky notes that you can.
Yeah, it's like yeah,
Okay.
it's literally the same thing like sticky notes. But they have an archive function as well. So I think if you deleted your notes as well, you can still see it for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had a lot of notes from it. I used it ever since, well, my first ever note was 2014. Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. My top five. I would say, if based on my top five, which one, other than 8-track, because I guess you've already experienced it, which one would you relate the most, or which one would you try out? Okay, don't think about Love Bite. But if Love Bite was real,
If Love Bite,
if Love Bite was still here,
I don't know if I
which
ever. I
one
don't
would
think
you
if I
have?
ever try Love Bite personally, because I'm not like that. I had a talk.
Oh,
I had a chat with Ali like a long time ago regarding this.
uh huh, uh
I
huh.
it's so long time ago, but like, we were talking about because he was being serious regarding like relationships for the very first time. I think.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
and like, he was worried about this, about this relationship, blah blah, this and this. Like he's more of the more like I would say affectionate person compared to like someone else and blah blah, blah, right? And like, and he was
Mm-hmm.
asking like, what about you? What about me personally? And it's like I'm not like that at all. I'm like the complete opposite of affectionate. Like I would, I would, I would definitely like try to show like affection, but it's not really my thing,
Yep.
right? For me, it's like, do then say. So like I won't say things like I love you and whatnot, and like I don't think I'll send notes or messages and stuff like that through apps in the first place. Yeah. So
Oh,
love
yeah, yeah,
bite.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like I would personally just go on dates directly, or like give things,
Right,
or actually
right,
do an activity
right. But
together.
you won't but you won't actually have like a notepad, a shared notepad where like you tell your dates or how your dates went, or like what happened to, like a diary for you
Okay,
both,
so
in a
like
way.
I personally wouldn't start, but let's say she does, I wouldn't mind. I think
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. If that's the case, then I'm probably good.
Oh,
But
okay.
like,
I think that's what happened. That's what happened with me and Yehez too. I was like, let's try this. Let's try this out.
I could
And then we
imagine.
did.
I could definitely imagine. It's like it has well people starting love fight. Man,
No, he
it
probably
probably
wouldn't.
wouldn't. I
Yeah.
would probably like this is the end of the fucking world if that ever happened. Um, but yeah,
Yep.
I don't think personally, like even if if I do get a girlfriend at some point in time, I would never like even if it still exists, I would probably never like open up and try love bites.
So that means other love what is it called, couple apps, you wouldn't try
I don't think I
either,
would
right?
try
Unless the
either
girl goes
unless
for it.
like she has like a suggestion or like
Okay.
recommendation of doing it. And like I think what was it? What was the first name again? Space what?
Space
Space Team.
Team.
Yeah,
Space
Space Team. Yeah, yeah.
Team.
I didn't tell you about this just now because like it like
Oh
went
no.
past my mind. But I actually used this. I
What?
actually played with like my cousins as well in the car because um that whenever I go to school, I go in like groups. I go in like almost like an
Right. Yeah,
army.
yeah. You went with like a van, right?
Yeah, it's
I
it's
remember.
actually a
I
normal
remember.
car, but because of how we usually just get out of the damn car, it almost
Yeah.
feels like a
Yeah.
van. Uh,
Dude, Amelia and I remember. I think I told Amelia like, "Wow, Leonard's car seems like a clown car where like all the clowns come out, like one by one, all of them come out in this small jam pack car. Somehow they fit." And I was like,
I mean, it's not wrong.
but it was
That's
cool. It
that's
was
not
cool.
that's not a wrong description. That's pretty true. And like the thing is that I because at that point and time, like whenever we get out of the car, everyone knows what to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
we don't even have to communicate or anymore, or like we don't have to look at each other and it's like, oh, how to get out of here and how to get out of there, and like everyone has fixed seats as well in the car. So
Exactly,
whenever we get out,
exactly. Yeah.
everyone go out in like this one quick swift motion. There's not even like one, two, three. Everyone just gets the fuck out of the car, just move on with their lives, right?
And it is your family car,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
it's,
like
it's it's a
a
family
school
car.
kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is that like whenever we're in the car, especially like in like a traffic or something like that,
Yeah, yeah,
we we don't always play it because we do like talk and shit like that. But like I
yeah.
think at some point I did recommend them to play like Space Team with me. It's probably the most hectic shit I've ever
Oh,
had, like experience in my life
dude.
in that.
But it's so fun though. It's so fun. To this day, I still think it's one of the most fun games I've ever played
Yeah,
before.
but like Space Team is probably the one I would probably relate the most, and then Bakery Business 3 was it? I might try
Yes,
it.
yes. You should, and maybe you'll understand why I like it. Maybe we yeah, maybe there should be one episode of my segment where we just talk about it. Like, why do we like Bakery
Bakery Business.
Business 3?
We'll see. We'll see. Um,
Yeah. All right. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, I think that's all for me. What about your end? Well, what are your top five?
my top five. Okay, so again, same with you. No particular order. Um,
Yep,
no particular order. Since we just talked about the notes thing, I might as well just start with that. So, um,
yep.
Evernote.
Oh, I've heard of
Yes.
it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Evernote is so like I said, Samsung and iPhones probably have their own like integrated note
Yeah,
app,
yeah,
but
yeah.
those are
But
usually pretty bad, like pretty garbage, and you can't
yeah, the IU is not, the
the UI is
UI
not
is not that
particularly
good.
helpful,
Yeah.
and not to mention like I prefer typing notes on my computer and not being able to basically because they're synced up, right? So like anything you see in your phones, you can see on your
Oh,
laptop or computer.
yep, yep,
Well, to
yep,
be
yep.
honest, regarding Evernote in particular, it didn't work very well with me. I talked like this with Belgia and Nicole quite a few times because like I told them the
Mm-hmm.
fact that like I was wondering if you guys know any because they use a lot of notes as well. So I talked about them regarding this, like whether they use note
Yep.
like note apps I think this was back in like
Yep.
G11 or G10 or something. I talked about I asked them
Yep.
regarding this, and they said, "Why not use Evernote?" And it's like, Evernote's a piece of shit. It just doesn't fucking work for my end for some reason. It never syncs. Like if I write
Yes.
down something on my like laptop or computer, it just never syncs. Oh, and so an alternative to Evernote, in my opinion, the one that's like to me at least is life changing is OneNote. Yes.
OneNote.
So again, this is
What
also
is OneNote?
like
Okay, let me
a
see.
note app similar to Evernote or like anything
Mm-hmm.
of that nature. But man, OneNote is like it changed my like it to say that it changed my life is like an understatement. This thing was because I think this one take like just using something like Evernote or like OneNote completely changed like how I do things or just how I keep track of things for that matter. Yeah.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
use because I used even no not used to even today I am very forgetful. I am very bad at keeping track of things. Um, like especially when it comes to like task or like taking down notes or whatever, especially from in lectures and whatnot. So
Yep, yep.
like I really need things like note apps or like anything to write on, basically anything to type on in order for me to like
Oh,
yeah
wow. Yep, yep,
yeah
yep.
and
And you can even draw
yeah, you know,
on.
oh my god, that's the best thing about this because you have to understand. During the first year of like uni, right?
Yeah,
Chemistry
yeah,
was
yeah.
the worst class of all time, in my opinion.
Why was it the
It was
worst?
so freaking hard compared to everything we've learned so far. Even in like in high school, can we had
Mm-hmm.
biology, physics, and chemistry for science, right?
Right.
In first year uni, biology and physics was like absolutely nothing. I destroyed those courses. It was so fucking easy.
Okay.
The same
Yep.
cannot be said for chemistry. Chemistry is so fucking hard,
Oh,
dude. The introduction
I
to
agree. I
chemistry and
agree.
everything was so fucking hard. And the thing is that I'm a terrible drawer. I'm a terrible artist,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so the thing is that like on I usually just use like on my notepad and whatnot to oh sorry not my note like OneNote. I don't use OneNote specifically to draw. Sorry, like let me rephrase this, but I do draw a
Right.
lot, like especially on my actual notebook, like my physical, like written notebook.
But you draw with a stylus or
No, 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 no.
you like your
Yeah,
hand?
that's why I think I'm like I created a misunderstanding there. What I meant to say was that so I usually draw a lot on my actual notepad, like my normal notebook. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
the thing is
yeah.
that normal notes, especially the ones back, like the ones in my phone at the time, just couldn't keep
Uh-huh.
like store that kind of thing. But the thing is that whenever and there's anything written, I usually type it down.
Okay,
Yeah. So
okay.
anything that's written, I type it down. But anything I draw, I usually have to draw on like another like separate piece of paper or or a notebook, right? So like let's
Okay.
say
Right.
chemical formulas or chemical shapes or like any
Oh, yeah, yeah.
or
Okay,
any
I get it. I
diagrams
get
for
it.
that matter. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, you have to draw it,
yeah, and
right?
you have
Instead
to
of
draw it. But
typing
the
or
thing is that
typing it.
you back then it was really hard for me to just store everything in like one place because then I have
Mm-hmm.
my written notes on my computer or laptop studying, but all my freaking
Mm-hmm.
diagrams are like on two or three different notebooks, and it was like a pain in the ass to just keep changing notebooks or like because like I said I'm very bad at keeping track of things and I'm very disorganized as a person. So like
Okay.
these types of things were like no so what ended up happening was that I opened up OneNote for the very first time, and then I found out you can just like use your
Yep, yep.
phone as well. There's like a sync system on your phone, and all I did was
Mm-hmm.
basically just take a photo of like the pictures that I drew on my notebook, and then just insert it into
Yeah.
the goddamn notes that I typed down in lectures. I was like, fuck me. It's like this is a game changer. I don't have to fucking change books and notebooks like 3 or 4 times just to find whatever it is.
Wait, why? Oh, cause I mean that you don't have to keep it in a notebook anymore. As in, you could just draw it on a piece of paper, and then
And then take a photo
you
of
will
it and then put it in
you're
one place later on. Yeah, yeah. Because back then,
you can compile
yeah,
it in
because
OneNote.
the first during my first year it was such a pain because I'm a very disorganized person and lectures happen like two
Right,
times a
right.
day or like there's like two different sessions and whatnot, and sometimes I take out different notebooks to draw the diagrams.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember the whole all sciences and math. I think you and I were the only ones who took all sciences and
Yeah,
math,
I think
right?
so. Yeah, you no,
Yeah.
Sanjay didn't take physics. I think yeah. Didn't you?
Literally just both
I think
of
it was just
us.
both of us. Yeah, that's true. Holy shit.
We were actually we were in each other's classes and we were all in the same class. But I never realized it, but we
Yeah, we
are
are both in
we
the
were
same
actually all in the
classes.
same
I don't.
class.
Was there anyone else?
No, it was just
Really?
us.
Was Sean?
I thought it was. Oh,
Sean?
yes. Okay, me, you, and
You and
Sean.
Sean,
Sean
I
later
think, were
on.
like in the same classes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Three of us. Three of us. Yep. But before Sean, it was only two of us. Yep.
Yep. And so
Okay.
that's what I meant, right? Especially since like I have multiple classes, I use multiple different notebooks. Like I said, very disorganized. But having one note just changed my fucking life completely when it comes to studying or like just keeping track of
Oh, that's actually really smart though.
it.
Yeah, you're right. Cause like in a way you can store everything online too. So if you ever lose your notebook or whatever, you still have it on your phone. You
Yeah, and
know,
then if I don't want to turn on my computer one time for studying, I just put on my fucking phone
use your phone.
and
Yeah, it can sync. Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
smart.
that's one app, and then another app that I want to talk about is it's called what was it? It has a DotPict.
Dot
Pict.
pick.
DotPict.
Dot
Pict.
pick.
It's like basically pixel art. Yes, everything is pixel art.
It's pixel art. Oh
Yes. So
my god! I didn't know
you can
this.
basically look for pixel art or create your own if you really want to. I'm completely shit at it, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
like you can basically look at tons of pixel art and like um
Oh my god. Yep.
because the thing is that I remember using it like, first time to I can't remember what project it was. I think it was it seven like in from seven. I can't remember if you used that.
Oh. Is it Inform 7?
Yeah, in from seven the word programming
Interactive
interactive
word
thing that
thing, right? Oh
we
god,
did.
I remember that.
I think it's fair to say that like everyone in class hated that particular project.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hated
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
I was like I
disliked
think
it.
I was the only one who particularly enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed.
Oh no. I think Belgia did too, if I'm not wrong. Like she actually studied more than what was supposed to be
Yeah,
like studied on, and I was just like, what the
I'm not
fuck?
sure if there was anyone else. I think me and Belgium were the only people who enjoyed this particular one. Because like I remember
Probably.
creating an entire system where you like because I wanted to have a vending machine in my particular Inform 7 project.
Yeah,
And I thought it
yeah.
would be pretty freaking easy to code, and holy shit, was it not? It was the hardest. Like it almost broke the project. Like just
Yes.
having, because everything was going well, everything was going fine. I had like almost a million different rooms and whatnot. Yeah, it's like all
Yes.
the tiny little description for every little item in the fucking game. And then I was like, in my head, I was like,
Oh
you
my
know what? I
god.
wanted a vending machine. So I'm just like,
Holy
I
shit.
tried to program it, kept fucking failed, and then when I
Mm-hmm.
did succeed, it was the tipping point. I spent days on that freaking thing, on like a fucking single vending machine where it's just like, and it only produces one item. All you do is just put one coin in, and it's like I'll take out a can. That's basically it. That's all I wanted it to do.
Wait, but is this in relation to DocPic
Yeah,
or
yeah.
is
This
this
is
a
a little
new?
bit relation to Dotpic. So I wanted to be
Oh,
cool,
okay,
like I
okay,
said. I
okay.
wanted to be cool. So this vending machine is part of it.
Mhm.
Um, like
Mhm.
so I coded the shit out of that vending machine, and I really wanted it so that when you inserted a coin, there'll
Mhm.
be a pixel art of a Coke can on the bottom, like appearing.
Oh,
That thing.
okay. So you wanted to make
Yeah,
that.
but but I'm shit at like pixel art, and to be honest, like even if I
Oh no, I'm trust me. It's I also cannot. I tried once. I tried drawing, but no. I think you have to be good in drawing first to actually be able to do
I
pixel
heard
art.
I heard
For the
it's the
most part,
opposite.
I
You don't
feel.
really have to, because Andrew did it. He did okay. He's fine with it. Like
Here, but here's the thing. I think for me, I tried looking at tutorials like a few years back, but it's like you kind of need to know how you're gonna draw it first, right? Like at least the basics of it, right?
mhm.
And I can't even get that shit locked down yet. So it's like I can't do the basics. I can't do pixel art. But I think the last pixel art I've ever done was Habbo Hotel. Like, I made my own like avatar or something like that. Yeah, but okay. Anyway, for DocPict,
Yeah, so
yes.
basically I wanted so I had to like either create it or like steal it off from Google or whatnot. At that, like I
Mm.
said, at that point, for some reason, I really wanted to be cool or whatever with this stupid
Mhm.
programming project, and
Mhm.
I decided that I wanted to draw my own like Coke can essentially.
Your own Coke.
Yeah, like it's so stupid now when I think back about it because it was a single Coke can. And it was like and it was just for like a vending machine that you put a coin once and it just pop out. And
But that's what passion does to
yeah, I
you.
guess
I
so. It
mean,
must have
it's
been
not
passion or something.
wrong.
Yeah, like I said, so I really wanted to create my own pixel art, like my own Coke pixel art. And
That's really
that's when
interesting.
this app came into my life, and from then on, I just never like for some reason, even though I rarely draw in it personally, like I rarely draw
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
in it, I
Uh-huh.
cannot bring myself to delete it.
Oh yeah, I used to have those kinds of app until my memory was so full that I had to delete it.
Yeah,
So,
like okay, yeah.
but yeah,
Even
I get
then,
it.
for you, you would have those type of like even with this, even with my phone was full, I will never delete this. I don't know why.
Wow. Okay.
It's so
Dedication.
hard for me to just get rid of this stupid fucking app, and I'm not even sure why. I'm not sure if it's like because I actually enjoy the pixel art, or it's because I actually enjoy some of the process of actually like drawing pixel art. Because like I said, I'm complete garbage at it. I have some in my gallery and like in the app gallery.
Oh, you should share it. You should share it out. Maybe we can
I don't know. We'll
trade
see.
notes.
Maybe when I get better. But like
Sure.
yeah, but like that's the
Oh, okay.
only few times where I'm like, yeah, this is an app that I don't even use very often. But
Mm-hmm.
my God, I love it. Like I just can't get rid of
Okay,
it.
but now like you've gotten me intrigued because like I also personally like pixel
Hmm.
art, right?
Hmm.
And I remember like I wanted to have this like collection of pixel arts, as in like I wanted to what is it curate pixel art
Oh, okay.
pictures, you know? But I didn't know where to find it. I tried to Google it. There were some, but I didn't know where to find more of this. The only way I could find more of this was through Tumblr, and it was also very limited. Like only a few, consistent pixel artists would actually upload like those pixel arts.
Okay.
You know, the scenery ones, the more like people one. You know, not the fandom based ones. You know.
I see. I see.
So I was like, where else can I find it? And then I didn't know about DotPic, but now I'm intrigued. Maybe I should try it out as well.
I'm
Hmm.
glad this. I because I was thinking to myself like what app that we could probably talk about like with each
Mm-hmm.
other. This was one of the
Mm-hmm.
first few apps that I was thinking. Yeah, I think Shannon might enjoy this.
Yeah. I'm once again I'm like you. I'm shit at pixel art as well, probably because I don't know how it works. But it's quite interesting. Maybe we could have like a pixel art war or something in the
We'll
future.
see about that.
Like a shitty pixel art war because we're not good, but we can just try our
Okay.
best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
Cool.
my
Cool. All
second
right.
app, and then my third app is probably
Mm-hmm.
something that like you might not be able to relate too much. I think personally.
Oh no. What is it?
It's
Is it like science
no.
related?
It's called SuperCook. Yeah. So this third one is basically a food app. It's like a recipe app.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen. I'm looking at it in
Yeah,
playstore.
and
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, you like cooking, so I see the point. Yep.
yeah. The thing is that I used this along with Andrew when I was still in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this app is really fucking useful personally for me. Especially even if you're not an amazing cook by any chance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh
Mm-hmm.
I use this app probably more than any other app except Reddit.
Okay, but what does this app do? Like, is it other people uploading their own
Oh,
recipes, or is it
okay,
like
okay. Yeah,
official
I should get to
recipes,
that.
or
Basically what it does is that you can insert ingredients into the app. So you
okay?
can write down things like what you have inside your fridge, right? Like let's say you have like meat, you have pepper, you have salt, you have sugar, you have rosemary, you have thyme, you have like
Mm-hmm.
broccoli or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then basically once you insert all the rest like ingredients that you have inside the fridge, it'll automatically create recipes for
Oh,
you.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah,
cool. So it's like yeah, you could have like you could have all sorts of ingredients in your fridge or in your kitchen. And you don't know what to make or you want to make something different. They can actually like advise you on what to make because based on what you have in your
yeah,
house.
and I use this alongside with another app. I have like a couple of apps for this. So I'm not gonna mention any specific one. Uh, like
Mhm.
basically, like there's an app that basically helps you with certain food shelves, like food shelf life. So like let's say you have perishable
Oh.
foods that get like that
Oh.
gets rotten pretty easily. Like let's say strawberries
Yes,
or
yes,
something.
yes.
Strawberries get like
Yes.
moldy pretty fast. Um,
Yeah, yeah. You have to be like you have to keep in mind what you have in the
yeah,
fridge,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
So
like
I
if you don't
use
consistently, yep,
SuperCook
yep.
specifically for like to help me get cook whatever it is I want to make or whatever it is that
Mhm.
helps
Mhm.
me make
Mhm.
things. And then I have
Mhm.
another app that like takes care of like shelf life. So let's say I put a lot of things in my fridge. Like let's see how long this thing can last. There are some apps I think that can do that automatically, but I don't know. I don't find those reliable. Some can be pretty dodgy. Like I think salami, I think like or ham can last a month or something, but mine got bad
Mhm.
pretty quickly, like a few weeks after I opened it. Yeah. So some
Oh,
of those
okay.
automatic ones are a little dodgy, but it was.
Oh wait, what's the difference between the shelf one and the automatic? Isn't it the
Oh no
same?
no no! So
Essentially,
Supercook
they
doesn't do shelf life. They just look at your ingredients and like see what happens.
right. But the shelf life you're talking about, like you said you used one and then the others were automatic. What I mean, what differences was that?
So like there was the one I was talking about, automatic one. Basically, if you put an ingredient into the shelf life app, they'll automatically tell you
Mm-hmm.
when it'll go bad. That's what I meant. Yeah,
Right. Oh, when it'll
when
go
it'll
back.
go
It never.
bad,
It
not
doesn't like give
automatically
you an
set recipes.
estimation.
Yeah, yeah. So when it'll go bad. But the thing is
Oh,
that for me, personal experience wise, some of those like some of the apps that does that automatically is a little dodgy. Like I said,
it's
for
not
example, like
accurate.
my ham. Like I think the app
Yeah.
told me it could last like a month or 2 months or something, which is, I found personally when I first saw their automatic thing, it's like ridiculous. Like really, 2 months? I don't think it'll last that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at some
I
point,
think I guess it
I'm
depends on how you store it
yeah,
too. Unless if they meant like you store it in a very cold freezer, then probably. But like if it's only a fridge, probably it won't help,
yeah,
right?
that's why. And but the thing is that because I rely on that particular like automatic feature so much, I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that my ham was going bad. Because like it says 2 months. I was like,
Right.
maybe I don't have to cook this yet, and I don't have to use this yet. And
Right. Right.
yeah, and then it was like it'll already go bad. It's like, fuck. It's like
That's true, actually.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
that's another app that's like I think is pretty big. It's probably the most frequently used app other than Reddit.
I think that's also a very convenient app. Yeah, like SuperCook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I should probably let my mom know about this because like sometimes she says like I have all this stuff at home. What should I make today? Then it's like it's always the same thing. So maybe if she wants to like spice it up, maybe they can offer
Yeah,
her
and
like
then like
some new
even
recipes
if
she
you
can
don't have
try.
ingredients, they'll tell you. So what I mean by that is that let's say you have some ingredients.
Like eggs, for
Yeah, let's say you
example,
have
eggs and
eggs, you
butter.
have chicken, meat, breast, or whatever, right? And you have a bunch of like spices or herbs. One, they
Right,
can tell
right.
like so they'll give you recipes based on what you already have,
Mm-hmm.
but like depending on the options, like the parameters that you set. Let's say you want a recipe that uses up like 10 ingredients or something, right? Now obviously you don't have 10
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ingredients in your fridge or whatnot, but since you specify
Right.
10 ingredients specifically, they'll let you know you're missing these ingredients if you want to make this recipe.
Yeah, so apart from just giving you a recipe of like what you have, they can also give you a recipe of like what you have, but also if you want to make this, you should get these as well.
Yeah,
Just like
that's
that, right?
exactly it. Yep.
Oh, okay, that's really cool actually. Maybe I should, yeah. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm learning stuff today with the apps. Because I feel like what I notice is that the apps that you use
uh,
are generally more of like useful convenience kind of
yes, I am a
apps.
very
Whereas
practical
practical,
practical person.
Yeah. Whereas for mine, it was like it's all over the place. Mainly, it's more of like leisure and like entertainment wise.
uh,
Okay, that's interesting. So what's your fourth one?
so the final two are games specifically. So the fourth one is a
Oh,
game
okay.
called Monument Valley. This is I'm not sure whether you've heard of this
Oh.
before.
Probably not. Probably. Oh, wait. Actually, I
Yeah,
think I might have.
if you
Yeah. It's
haven't
yeah.
played it, or if you've never
Mm-hmm.
like bought it or anything, but you might have, or like
Mm-hmm.
at the very least seen it.
I think I've seen it
Yeah, you might
before.
have already seen.
Because I think Amelia played it a long time ago as well. If I'm
Yeah,
not wrong.
this is
Yeah.
probably, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, mobile game ever. Like I've ever played in my entire life.
Really?
I enjoy this thoroughly. Um,
Oh, okay.
because one thing about it is that it's very pretty, based on just like the art style and stuff.
Right.
Also, it's like
Right.
one of the
Yeah.
most fun puzzle games I've played in a long time.
It looks very ethereal.
Yeah, ethereal is, in a sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Ethereal. Yep. 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 Yep.
And the thing is that I really have a personal attachment with this particular game in specific, is because um I played this with my cousins. I think when we were, I think it was like New Year's or something. I can't remember what year exactly, but it was like during the New
Mm-hmm.
Year's, because like as a big
Mm-hmm.
family, I have quite a big family here in Jakarta, right? Like I
Right.
said, like regarding like the car and everything, it's basically us like get out the freaking car. It's like everyone's like, military
Yes.
style bullshit.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
with those same people, with those like all my cousins and stuff like that, we basically played the shit out of this game. We yeah, we
Oh.
basic because there's a lot of puzzles. There's even like the extra ones, and we did like basically time challenges. And so like anytime a new level pops out, we're like, okay, which one of us can finish this level to the fastest or whatnot.
So wait, but this is actually like individual games that you guys are
Yeah,
competing
yeah,
in.
yeah,
It's not like a
individual. So
multiplayer
like
game,
basically
right?
when I play the puzzle, no one else can, but they have to, like, someone will time it.
No one else. What?
So when
Sorry,
I
you
played,
broke.
like, let's say on
No.
my phone or whatnot, right? I
Mhm.
play it on my
Mhm.
phone.
Mhm.
Because the thing is that back then we only bought it on like a single device. I think it was like one of my cousins. I can't remember exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so we play it on
Mhm.
that phone, and then let's say I'm the one who has to play. So I'll play it. Someone else will time it. But the one who times it, or whoever it is that's going to participate next, cannot see what I'm doing and cannot see the puzzle at that.
Oh
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
wow.
I'll play the puzzle, and they'll
Yep.
time it,
Yep.
and then when I'm, because like there's like an objective at the end, right? There's like this little light thing at the end of each level that you have to get in order to win, right?
Mhm.
So I'll tell them, like I'll tell them when it's over. So like let's say, oh, like look, I finished this level already. They'll stop the time. They'll look at my phone, see if like there's an animation of me, of the character, like basically getting the light thing. I can't remember. I think it was like a crown or ball. I think like a ball of light.
Mhm. Not a
No,
star,
no, no.
right? Or is it a
I
star?
don't
No.
remember it being a star or something. Yeah, but so
Okay.
it was that, and basically we have to time each other, see who does it the fastest. And I had so much like, yeah. So even if you
Oh.
don't care, because like about the art or whatever, which I personally love,
Yeah.
regarding the game,
Yeah. The art looked really good
yeah.
actually.
It has like sentimental value personally, because this was the game that I think like I had most fun with my cousin in a long time at that point.
Okay, okay, I see. Yeah, but now I think now, do you have it on your phone right now, or is it more of like
No, it was like I said, it was playing on my cousin's phone. I have Monument Valley
Oh yeah,
2.
so
I have the second one. I bought that one.
oh, okay.
I have the second game in
Okay.
my phone. But
What's the difference? What would have been the difference between the first and
oh,
second?
the first and second. So the first one is just one person. Like I said, the story is like there's no almost no story about this game. There's kind of like
Wait, there's a story.
there's kind of a story ish.
Oh, okay. So kind of like abstract
Yeah,
kind of
abstract
style,
ish
yeah, of a game.
story. I wouldn't personally call it a story per se, but like it's there. It's like surfaceable. You know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. There's Monument Valley 2, and the difference with Monument Valley 2 is like I think there's two characters, but the puzzles are, and there's just more puzzles in
Oh,
general. Yeah,
okay, cool. But the visual is still
the
the
visual
same, more or
overall
less.
visuals is no different.
Okay.
So yeah, that should be a game that you might consider playing as well, because I personally love it. And then the final game
Mm-hmm.
I played is I think I don't think you'll relate too much with this particular game.
Yeah,
So
I think in general, mobile games are not really relatable unless it's Bakery Business 3 or Space
yeah,
Team. But it's
uh,
what is it?
it's called AI Dungeon.
Oh, wow, that's such a title.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
to be
yeah.
honest, it's not a game. It's kind of stupid. I'll explain. So AI Dungeon is basically I think it's open source. It's basically so you know Inform 7. We talked about this right now. Yeah. So
Yes.
imagine like basically imagine playing a game like an Inform 7 game, but developed by an AI. Basically, the AI will write wherever it happens in the story.
Oh, actually, I think this one is actually interesting to me personally. I think it would be
Yeah,
fun.
you should play it because I this is I spent a lot of useless time here. Like,
Is it so? So is it like really like all the times you play is different endings, different outcomes?
I think so. I can't remember. Oh, so you mean like different outcomes? Here's the thing. I've never finished a single session technically in this game.
Oh,
I have never
okay.
finished a single session because like whatever like a lot of the stuff that happens is a little weird, like a little like it just the story will just happen and it'll continue like or again the story will just continue endlessly. Because okay, so I'll tell you one story of mine, like that I played
Uh huh.
in a
Right.
dungeon.
Right.
So there's one scenario where you basically play as a noble, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I played this noble basically like his name is Leo based on me or whatever, right? I just played like
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
this noble in the middle of nowhere. Like his kingdom is in his holdings or his fort or whatever. It's in the middle of nowhere. And the story is
Right.
that I was attacked like my kingdom, my fort was attacked by a horde of by a horde of orcs. Sorry.
Or
Orc.
what?
Like orc, the fantasy orc creature.
What is an orc? Is it like a orca?
No, no, orc. You don't know what an orc is? ORC.
Oh, what the heck? Wait, let me Google
You don't
it.
know what this is? Oh my
Am
gosh.
I? I don't think. I think when it comes to like fantasy
Oh,
games, like
okay.
those kind of
Fantasy
dungeon kind
games.
of games, I've not really into it. I mean, I'm interested in joining like the Dungeons and Dragons, but oh, okay. I
Yeah.
call it ogre, but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
ogres
Okay,
and
okay,
orcs,
got it,
they're the
got it.
same thing. So I was like basically taken like basically my fort or holdings was being attacked by an orc, like by
Right.
an army of orc. And there was this leader
Mhm.
in the middle wearing like a hooded cloak and whatnot.
Mhm.
I keep typing like stupid commands and whatnot. At some point, I think like I basically became like this almost like this monster or something, and I threw a spear while being a gigantic monster. Like I got like someone like one of my servants cast magic on me, like
Okay.
gigantic magic on me or like whatever. Like the story is very stupid, like because it's made by an AI, they don't understand context. But uh, yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
the story can get ridiculously silly. But essentially, what happens?
Does it have?
Huh?
Mhm. Mhm. Go, no,
Yeah.
go on, go
So
on, go
essentially,
on.
what
Finish
happens in the
everything.
story in this particular story is that one of the servants casted a magic on me, like a gigantism monster magic on me, and then I
Right.
wrote down a command, basically throwing a spear onto the orc leader, and then they ran away. Like I killed
Right.
the leader and they ran away. And like I sent my soldiers
Mhm.
to like kill the fleeing orcs and whatnot. I repaired my keep, checked for casualties and whatnot. And one of my I think what do you call it? Like one of my servants or one of my soldiers or scouts or whatever told me that I should send a message to the other lords in the area about this orc army or whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
and I sent out and I told this soldier to like, spread my message, spread my story. And the king noticed, and then
Mhm.
suddenly like the king noticed my efforts essentially of dealing with this orc horde or this orc lord, right? And
Right.
then the king was like, I can't remember exactly. Oh, yeah, yeah. And then so the king was congratulating him on that, and he invited me to the castle, and I went there. And apparently he like the AI suddenly started talking about the fact that like I had an affair with the king or something.
What? So it got steamy with you in the
Yeah,
street?
or something. Like I went to the castle. The king was like the king was talking like normal thing, but then I think something I probably did something weird with the input or whatever, and the king was like
Right.
the king was talking about like inviting me over at nighttime or something, and like it's been too long or whatever, and then it never got steamy. Don't get me wrong. It never went like in an inappropriate direction.
Right,
But like it was just
but it was like
this AI was weird. Like why?
weird. Cause you were gonna fight the orcs, but then it got also like more relationship
Yeah, it's
based.
like
What?
and then I was like no, and then like I wrote down like it cannot be like we cannot be together or whatnot, and then
What the
yeah I
heck?
wrote
Oh.
it because I had too much fun. This AI was stupid as fuck, but like it
Uh-huh.
basically made the story more interesting. So I was like I wrote down, it's like
Uh,
I told the king, no, we cannot be together. It cannot be. And then he offered me his daughter instead.
what? Okay, that's so weird, but okay.
Like 4 months.
Like he got rejected, but he was like, "But have my kids
Yeah,
instead."
it's so funny. It's like this is why I love this particular app, okay? Um yeah, so the thing is
Oh.
that like have my daughter, but my daughter was like kidnapped by goblins. Please take care of her. Okay, I will go and like rescue her. And I rescued her, but I died. Something. And then I after I died, Princess Alina was like she didn't even cry for me. She just left. She sighs. In fact, I'm looking at she sighs,
What the
and then
heck?
even
What the
as
heck?
my body is dying, like literally a corpse, she was like,
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should talk later. Let us enjoy each other's company.
But you're like,
I'm
I'm dying.
fucking dead." And then the story, even though I died, the story still continues on because, like I said, it's an AI. The AI doesn't understand context. It doesn't understand that I am dead. You know. So the
Wow.
story continued on, and then like I think at some point Princess Alina got married to another like noble, and I got cucked or something.
Right. Wow. Okay. Cause you cut the
Yeah, I
king.
cucked the king, and then the
So
king, and then the princess cucked me. And it's like it's pure karma or
right.
something.
Right.
It's like this app is so freaking fun. This is the most fun I had in like a long time because it's so
Is it? Is it? Is it always fantasy based, or
no no
can
it can be
could it be
anything.
like
So like
more of
there's
like?
fantasy, there's mystery, there's post-apocalyptic, zombies, cyberpunk, and I think you can even have
Ooh.
custom one where you can like create your own story. I think I can't remember exactly.
Interesting. Oh, okay. This is interesting
Yeah. So
actually.
this is like
Okay.
I'm not like you said that you were intrigued with this one. I'm quite surprised. It's like I thought this was something like so niche that I thought I would be the
Oh
only
no.
person who would enjoy this kind of thing.
I do enjoy this kind of stuff because I think like something about kind of like adventures but text based is kind of interesting to
Uh-huh.
me. Cause like it doesn't have to necessarily. I mean, in general, I'm a person who doesn't really also kind of play like those kind of heavy base game with plot, right? It's always pixel or not like kind of like slightly. It's heavy game. It's a heavy plot, but always like at least pixelated or
Uh,
very simple to do with like the UI, right?
mhm.
So I think with this kind of text-based adventure, it sounds interesting. Because to me, it's like I don't know why, but I think maybe recently also I've been into like several podcast adventures or drama-based kind of podcasts. So it's like to me, it's it's a new experience. I was considering actually doing like what is it called, like a audio drama podcast, but I think it's like too much work for
Mhm.
now. But yeah, it's somewhere along the lines of like text-based adventures. I think that's fun. Here's the thing with Inform 7. I like the idea, I like the concept, but I don't like the work.
Like
I swear, I feel like maybe it's because I don't have any creativity, but I feel like I really owe it all to Homestuck for me to have passed that English class.
mm,
If it wasn't for Homestuck, I wouldn't know what to put in my story for Inform 7. Cause I remember correctly when we were doing the showcase thing where everybody showcased their Inform 7 in
yeah,
gym. Remember in the
the
gym?
auditorium or gym like
I think Mr. Junior people or other people were saying how like you're in for seven and Belgia's, and I think if I'm not wrong, Vincent's and also Vanessa's were really good. Like, I think Vanessa's was like a dating simulation kind of thing with the K-pop boys.
Yeah, I think it was. I think she also. I'm not sure about that. I thought it was something along the lines of like. Uh,
Yeah, it's like a dating, not dating, but it's more of like you engage with like the
yeah,
K-pops,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
With her with the picture or whatever. So I think Vanessa was also quite into it, but personally for me, like I didn't have anything, so I was like thank freaking like God I had Homestuck for me to actually like just kind of like loosely. No, actually I freaking copied it. Like I kept doing the same thing. You are in your room alone. What do you do? Do you see a chest? It's the same thing. So I kind of ripped it off from
uh,
Homestuck just to pass a
that's
task,
fine,
pass
man.
a class.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I think in the end, like Mr. Jimmy was like, "This should be really good," but then in my heart, I'm like, "Oh my god, I did this last minute. I'm sorry, sir, for letting you down secretly. Like I was doing it last minute. I hated the coding part. It was so boring."
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the class didn't like this project. Like,
Oh yeah, I
yeah, and I'm not,
remember.
I'm not like I'm not
Yeah,
surprised because like it has nothing. Personally, I don't think it has anything to do with English.
English, right?
Yeah, it was like just coding
Right.
in general and like.
But I think in general though, like if you're still into it and if you feel like Inform 7 was something that you really enjoyed, maybe you should try it now these days, like at least when you're still free, right? Before you go back
Oh, that's
to
fair.
uni
Yeah, I should do
or
that.
whatever. I
I
mean,
might look up Inform Seven
maybe,
again and then like try
yeah,
create like a short little game.
yes, and have me play it and like fuck around with it, even though like I'm probably gonna break it or
We'll see.
something.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's all for my podcast segment because it's just of our top five list and ito. But I think for me, in terms of your top five list, I think the most relatable one would probably be. I want to say, I mean, DotPict was really good and all, but I feel like that's more of like an optional thing. I feel like what I probably will want to try out or look into immediately after this podcast would probably be, SuperCook. I think that's. I really want to. I feel like I'm gonna go
Oh,
there and tell my mom
okay.
about it. This is really helpful for
Because I
her.
introduced. Because
And
the thing is that here's the funny thing. I tried to introduce mom. Specifically.
oh, you try to show it to
Yeah, I
your
tried
mom,
introducing to my mom, and it's like she's
right?
one of those like very traditional. Like she doesn't believe in like very stereotypical
Oh,
Asian moms.
yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
believe
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
cookbooks essentially. So it's like, you can.
She has her own,
Yeah. So
right?
like if I want to cook it, if I want to cook the recipe based on like the whatever, go ahead. I'm not, she's like, I want to do it myself. Basically, like I want to do it myself. I want to learn it.
I think for my mom, yeah, I think for my mom, maybe like that, but I think it's more of just of for her, it's probably the way of using the app. But I think if she gets the hang of it, I think it would help her in a way because I feel like she will able to keep tabs on what to buy and what not to buy because there's also like the grocery shopping list part,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true. Yep, yep, yep.
So I think it's helpful. Yeah, and I think the text-based adventure AI engine, I might want to try that out because I think it's quite
Yes.
interesting. It's like Inform 7 in a way.
Also another note regarding AI dungeon. If you don't like it
Mm-hmm.
in the phone, right? Because I usually just do it
Yeah.
like because I usually just play it casually when I'm bored or whatever, right?
Right.
But
Right.
if you don't like, but if you really want to get into it like for a very long time, I recommend maybe getting a laptop and because there's a browser version of it.
Oh, okay. I'll look into
There's
it
a
actually.
phone
I'll
version
try it
and there's
out.
a browser.
Okay. I'll look into it. Thanks. All right. So yeah, I think this is all for the segment. It's top five. You know what? We're gonna move on to your next segment.